guys, and welcome back to NoBlandMakeup, where we do makeup and body paint tutorials, sometimes with a cosplay twist, I don't even know. But today we're obviously doing a Lady Gaga inspired look from the Met Gala. I didn't have time to go and get the exact rhinestones and stuff, but I did still want to do a look that was kind of similar, that might be a little bit easier for, you know, anyone to find the tools and stuff and the supplies to do it. So that's what we're doing today. If you guys do enjoy this video though, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. But let's get down to the tutorial. So first thing I'm gonna do is probably the easiest part, and we're just gonna apply some neutral eyeshadow to the lid. You're going to apply that all over the lid, and then I also went in with a bit of a deeper shadow just in the crease, just to darken it up a little bit and add a little bit of contrast for when we do the rest of this. So for the eyeliner, we're going to do it in a couple parts. This is more so that it's easier to do and explain all at the same time. So for the inner corner, you're going to do what you normally do for a winged eyeliner. You know, usually I start at the end, but for this one, since her eyeliner was a little bit thicker in the front, a little more blocky, I wanted to make sure that I really got that part down first. And then for the tail end of your wing, you're going to want to make sure you angle it a little bit more up than you probably normally would, because you want to give yourself room to add everything else that's going to be in there, because it's kind of looks like anime doll eyes, if you want to go there. And then once you kind of have your shape of your wing and everything, you can go back in and make adjustments. So I went in and I thickened it a little more on the inner corner and then filled in the rest of the tail. So next thing we're going to do is the graphic part of the tail, I guess, if you want to call it that. This will probably work better if you use like a gel liner, or if you have a brand new eyeliner pen. Mine started not liking what I was doing to it about halfway through this. But essentially the shape that you want to do is almost like a crescent moon kind of shape, like halfway. You still want to have room so that your eye space looks bigger. So if you have more hooded eyes, this would actually be really fun to do. Or even a monolid, that would look awesome. But you know, you want to keep it more like a crescent moon kind of shape. And like I said, if you use more like a gel liner or something that's more wet, this will be a lot easier. Trust me. That's actually what I wound up doing on my second eye when I had to go back in and do it, because my eyeliner pen was just not having it. And so were the three others that I tried, ironically enough. So this was actually one of my favorite parts, but I was out of frame the whole time, so this is what we're gonna do. But basically you want to take some circle rhinestones and apply those just on the winged eyeliner that you did. I looked at a picture of Lady Gaga with her eyes closed, and her jewels were a little bit smaller, but this kind of worked too. Next step is also one of the easier ones. I'm just going to line the bottom part of the wing in white eyeliner, and then I'm going to line my lower lash line with white eyeliner as well. If you don't have a white eyeliner, you can always use some kind of mixing medium, like Inglot Duraline is one of my favorites, and some white eyeshadow, and that will literally do the exact same thing. So if you ever need an eyeliner but you don't necessarily have that color eyeliner available, you can always do something like that. And you really want to make sure that the white is a vibrant white, mostly because everything else in this look is pretty dark or neutral, so you want to give it some pop, except of course the lips. Once you're done with that, you're going to go back in with some black eyeliner and basically line under that white that you just did. So kind of like giving yourself a new lower lash line, if you will. Like I said, this look, once it's done, it looks pretty similar to like an anime character. So that's kind of the look that we're going for. Also, with the lashes, it kind of looks really drag as well, so you want to do very like extravagant kind of, you want a more extravagant kind of look. I mean, the theme this year is camp, and from my extensive Googling for 5 minutes, I found out that that's basically like extravagance over the top. So yeah, it kind of makes sense, you know? So for lashes, we're gonna need 2 pairs. If you don't have some rhinestone studded ones, you can always do what I did and take a really fluffy pair of lashes and then glue rhinestones to them and let them sit for like an hour just to make sure they're really stuck on there. But if you guys want a full tutorial on how to apply lashes, I'll have that linked in the cards up above. Essentially, you just want to make sure that you measure them correctly to your eye and cut once, because if you cut them too short, there's not really much coming back from that. Then for the lower lashes, you basically want to do the same thing and just flip them over. The reason you want to flip them is because lower lashes point towards your cheeks, and I also move them up a little bit so that they started closer to the white as opposed to the black eyeliner. Then the last easiest part is literally just applying some teardrop rhinestones to your face. I didn't have some, so I wound up using flower rhinestones and just breaking them apart and making sure the edges weren't sharp. And then once you're done with all of that, you're gonna go in with some pink lipstick. Normally I kind of hate this color with a passion, but I don't know, I kind of like it. But that is my version of Lady Gaga at the Met Gala. So if you don't have the like little spiky whisker things, you can always fudge it a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely had a lot of fun doing it. Let me know though what your favorite looks from the Met Gala were, and maybe I will do them. Also, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more of what comes out of my channel, because I never know what it's going to be. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!